everyone, George here, and we are back working in Five Nights at Freddy's for Unity and VR and so forth and so on. And in this video, I actually had a little bit of a problem figuring out what this video is going to be about. And I figured, since we're working on different kinds of win and loss situations, why not start to put in some of those mini games that are all a part of the different FNAF series, especially the last one, the sister location. So I was thinking, since I have an animatronic room back here, why not actually have one of the mini games be that you have to assemble the animatronic while still looking out for ones that are roving around and potentially might get you. So that being said, we need to actually create the different components for an animatronic. So I'm going to go to Foxy, I guess. So let's go to Foxy renamed. And then I'm going to fuse different parts of this thing together. I'm trying to think how many pieces I'm probably going to end up with. Let's go to File, Save As, and say Foxy, assemble several pieces. Enter. Good. Now that's saved out as a separate file, I can start messing with this. So the tail is going to be one piece, and I'm guessing we should probably have the legs and so forth be other ones. The arms will also have to be another piece, although I'm trying to think, I don't think I'm going to want them to be in the standard T-pose. That's going to look a little bit awkward. So let's grab, actually, you know what? The hands, I'm going to make their own piece. So let's grab those hands there, and then we're going to have, I guess, the upper arm be its own piece. Same thing over here, its own piece, and that ball needs to be part of that. And there we are. Great. So we're probably going to start with the feet first, so let's grab foot and other foot, and probably that piece as well. Let's see, yep. And next up, I'm guessing we're going to need the infrastructure for the leg. I'm trying to think. I guess I'll put that piece as part of it as well. This is going to all be temporary for right now. I don't know what the final way this is going to be, if it's going to be its own separate model or something different, but we're just going to use this one temporarily. And I'm going to fuse all those together. And same thing with these. Uh-oh. Why did that fuse across? Just you, and you, and you, please. There we are. And why are you sticking through the... What happened there? All right, I'm just going to fix that really fast. Let's hit B and go to the Move tool. Let's go to Soft Selection and reduce that way down to something that makes sense. Here we go. And just stick that back inside. There we are. Shouldn't really affect anything. And go ahead and grab that, and this, there we are. And let's see, center ball, that piece. Then we're going to have the outer pieces, so they're fine by themselves. That's good. And then I guess that's going to be a piece. So there's actually going to be quite a few that you have to assemble, it looks like. And let's see, that ball should probably be part of this. And the same thing there. So this is going to be an interesting script to try to put together, assembling this all piece by piece. Okay, then we have that piece, and then we're probably going to have, I guess, this segment here, and then I'm going to put, I guess I can do all the ribs at one shot. And we'll grab these two as well. And yeah, that'll work. Okay, and so there's that, and then there's these two pieces here. And I'm thinking, yeah, we're going to put those on, combine those into a group. Then we're going to combine, that's by itself already, so it doesn't matter. And let's see, I missed that one. So let's grab that and that piece, fuse them. And so we've got that entire piece right there. So let's hide pieces right now so I can actually see how this is going to get assembled. Okay. So you stick that one there, and then there's that piece right there. That's going to need these parts, and we'll fuse them together. And of course, there's this thing, the collarbone, which I think I'm just going to stick with that. It's going to make it a lot easier to understand what's going on. And then we're going to need the neck, and let's see, should I do probably part of the head? And then the rest of it, I don't know how that's going to look, actually. Let's hide that part out. and hide those out. So here we go. So this is, or should I do half the face? You got to collect the two halves. Well, regardless, I should probably fuse these all together. It's probably going to be the best thing to do. And how do I want to handle the head? Let's hide that part. Let's come at this from the front view. Or the top view. No, let's go front. And I almost do kind of want to do two halves. Although I'm not quite sure. So there's the top teeth, there's the bottom teeth. We're going to fuse those. Those are definitely going to be together. And I almost feel like the outer pieces I want to be together, and then the inners I want to be their own thing as well. So we're going to do that in a couple phases. And of course, we have to have enough of these things so that as you're trying to assemble this thing, you've got a lot of time to worry about the animatronics coming to get you. Control H that. Uh-oh. So it looks like I screwed up a little bit here. So there's that and there's that. Display, show all really quick. So we've got that side. I think I'm going to go ahead and fuse that together as well. Now let's hide that, and then what's left is just this nonsense. So I can take all of that stuff together. Oh, the fact that it's not connected really, all right, display, show all. And we're gonna need to fuse them together after all. Gotta make it somewhat correct. And then the mouthpiece will be its own separate thing. So now I wish I had fused them properly together, now that it's going to be taken apart. But like I said, it's not the final thing. We're just using this as an example so we can script up the actual mini game. So now if we go to edit, delete all by type, we should simplify a lot of our stuff. Then we have the Foxy model itself. Okay, that's all fine. And let's see, we're going to need to ungroup things as well. Now these are empty nodes, so we can get rid of all of them. I'm going to take all of this stuff, bring it back under here, and go to display, show, let's see, display, show all, please. Why is, okay, so then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26 pieces to assemble Foxy. I'm wondering if that's a little on the heavy side. Yeah, I think I'm going to combine a couple of these together. Like those two can come together, and this is going to combine with that. Same thing with this. Yeah, we're just going to get rid of a couple of these here. That can fuse. This can fuse. Edit, delete all by type, history. And now what are we down? We're down to, good, we got rid of a few of them. So 1, 2, can I select this and be told how many? No, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21. So it's still quite a lot. I can't really simplify the legs anymore, and that's 6. Then I've got this spot here. I'm going to fuse these two together, so that's down to 20 pieces now. And then there's this segment here. Now, part of me is wondering, I might, let's fuse all that together. And let's just fuse the hands together too with it. That should be easier. And then we've got the two parts there and there. So yeah, there we are. Edit, delete all by type, history, and bring these back under here into here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17! Still a lot, but I feel like that's a lot better. Okay, so let's just rename, oh wait, hip cup. That's why we have so many. Some of these are not proper. All right, so that's going to go and fuse with that. Do we have the hip cup? Yep, that's 2 more we got rid of, so that's great. Edit, delete all by type, history, and move that back under. So now we should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, let's iterate through these and see if we're missing anything. So foot. So let's do, you know what, technically, I like to do this from the perspective of the animatronic, not my perspective. So let's do L_foot. Then we'll do R_foot. Then we're going to do, what is this? L_ outer face. And then R_outer face. We've got face innards. What else do we have? Then we have the chest, chest plate. And we have left shin guard is fine, or actually left shin is probably better. Right shin, and then left femur, something like that. And then, or quad, I guess quad is what I was calling it before, so we might as well stick with that. And then right quad, and then waist, which is now the innards. So chest, innards, and then we have the right arm, shoulder ball, left arm, and the last thing is the hip. Oops. There we are. Hip. All right, so we've got everything. So I'm going to want all these pieces to snap together, which means their pivots and where they are placed are going to be very important. So for the feet, I'm going to put the pivot right here at the center of the world. So D and X right there. Same thing with this, D, X right there. And although, I mean, I could do this a couple different ways. I could also put locators in there, and then I believe I can export locators out and they become empty nodes. Although I have to double check on that. So anyway, the feet are going to lock down to some central location that I've selected. Then we're going to have the legs, which are going to get locked down to this. Therefore, their pivot point needs to be D. And actually, let's go to shading and do wireframe unshaded to make this a little bit easier. Come down to D, V, vertex snap. I want a vertex snap right there, it looks like. Let's see here. And actually, I think I am going to end up doing this locator stuff to see how it works. So the pivot of this object is going to be there, but the pivot that gets connected to the next object, I'm going to have to place somewhere else. So under left foot, I'm going to go to create, and I should probably check this out first before I waste a lot of time doing this. I'm going to create a locator, and let us do D, snap this somewhere there, and I also want to snap this into the center of this object, so somewhere around there, and we want to go down to there. So that's kind of where I want this to end up being. I'm going to scale this thing up so I can see it. Oh wait, you know what? I just screwed up completely. That's not what I want. I want to move the locator itself. I don't want to move the locator's pivot. Whoops-a-daisy. And V, and as usual, I'm kind of just doing this on the fly. I don't know what I'm doing. This could work or this could not work at all. We are going to find out. I'm going to move this over there. So that becomes my pivot point for the next joint where it's going to end up going. So can I please grab that pivot? Come on, locator. There we go. I'm going to scale that up so I can clearly see it. And let's see, locator. Let's say, what is this? Right. What is that? That's actually left foot pivot connection point. And I don't know yet if I actually need to group these together or if I can leave them free hanging. Let's do another one just to see what happens. And all I need to do is move this one over and snap it to there. It should be. Okay, great. And why don't we just do a test really quick? So file, send to Unity selection, or set Unity project probably. Oh, we're still good. All right, file, send to Unity selection, and we'll go to, we'll call this Foxy, Foxy assembly model. Hit enter. Minimize that. Let's see, the material using it as texture map. Yes, fix now. Okay, So now under Foxy, we can go under, let's see, this was a scale of 1, that's also a scale of 1. We can grab this and bring it over into our room. And let's see if those locators came along for the ride. Open this up, and connection point. They did, wonderful. So we can use these locators now to fuse different elements together. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and get rid of that and start putting some locators in for connections. All right, let's grab this locator now, and we're going to need to do the knees. So that's going to be up here. And I'm going to try to do this so that they're at vertices to make things make the most sense, really. I'm going to do, I guess just snap it right there to that vertex. I'm going to do the same thing over to the other side. Come on, there we go. And this is going to be left knee connection. And the next one should be right knee connection. Okay, and I am going to have to adjust the pivots of the objects as well as I do this. So these pivots are in the center of the world because you find each one and they're going to get stuck to the floor. Then there's going to be this object, and that object's pivot needs to be the locator. So as I'm doing this, I might want to create a new layer. So let's see, new layer, and just, yeah, let's just call this finished working with. Finished locating. How about that? Finished locating. So this one and this one now can be added to that layer. And let's go ahead and do, oh, are you not doing what I want you to do here? There we go. Let's do that. Now I can't select it, but I can see it. And this is going to make it a lot easier for me to see these pivot points. So let's just Control V, whoops, D, turn that off, WD, and V snap that right there to that locator. Just doing a double check to make sure that's what I actually have selected. It's kind of hard to see everything in there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to turn off that layer because that's just messing with me. So yeah, it looks like I'm good there. Let's grab this, frame on up to it, and WDV. I'm going to snap it to that locator. This way, when I zero out the object and I place it there, it's going to go exactly, I'm going to set its position to be that point, and then it's going to move exactly to where it should be. Okay, so I can grab this locator, that locator, add them to layer 1, and let's rename that to done. Save, please. There we are. Now, these ones are finished, so I can add them to that layer. And now we just need to put the pivots where they need to go, so DV, and assign this to DV as well, and get rid of these two pivots, or these two locators. So I'll go ahead and do add selected. And let's get rid of that one on the end of that. Left, oh, you need to be R foot. That's why we're having a problem. Perfect. And now we need the locators for the next area. So let's go ahead and create new locator. Bring it on up, scale it up as well, and stick it here. So this is what we're dealing with right there. I'm going to hide, let's see. So where do I want to position this actually? So these two come together. You're not going to be able to put this piece on until these two pieces are done. So do they really need, does this, yeah, it's going to need a location to place the thing, obviously, but I guess that will just be at my discretion. So I'm going to put this locator, I don't know, somewhat centered, and maybe a little bit higher up, maybe somewhere in there. And now I'm going to get rid of these two. And let's go ahead and, let's see, shading, let's go to wireframe. There's my locator right there. And let's call this one, let's see, hip connection point. Grab this, D and V that to, whoops, D and V, snap that to that locator right there. Looks good to me. All right, let's get out of wireframe. Hate being in that mode sometimes. Add selected object. We can grab this locator now. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it just to make my life a little bit easier before I go ahead and add selected to that. Now we have where this object connects, and I guess I'm going to just kind of do that here. And this is going to end up being chest innards. Innards connection point. And we're going to do D and V to snap right there. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab this again. I'm going to duplicate that as well. Move this up to somewhere. Once again, I'm trying to keep things snapped to something that makes sense. I'm going to move this back to there. Okay, that's good. So this one's going to be chest plate connection point. So this can be added to that layer. Now this pivot can go there, and we need a tail. So let's duplicate this one. Put that, let's see, that looks like a good spot. Whoops, right there. Tail. Okay. Now we can add, oh wait, hold on a second. WDV. There we go. Perfect. And we'll hide that, add selected. And we can get rid of these two, add selected. Okay, so that's good. And we have this. Now we need the arms. So we're going to duplicate this, bring it on over to the other side. I should just need to try to center that by putting that there. Yep. We're going to do the same thing again. Bring it off to this side now. And once again, center. All right, great. Zoom around to the other side. So we're looking from the patient's perspective, or that is the animatronic's perspective. And let's call this right_arm connection point. And then this one, L_arm connection point. Get rid of that one. Okay, grab you and you. You can both go in, oh, actually, no, we need to use you still. So let's grab you and go to shading. I'm going to go back to wireframe. WDV there. And select that. WDV right there. Great. Those are gone. And these are gone. And I believe this thing is gone now, right? Yes, that's at the right place. So we can move that out of here. And next up, we're going to come here and actually display. I'm going to bring, let's duplicate this. I'm going to bring it up here because I'm going to want this to go where the neck ends. So let's bring everything back for a second and move this somewhere over here. And I'm probably going to put this. See, is there's a center point right there that I really like. Let's see, can I bring this? Let's get out of template mode. Let's go to reference mode. Snap it right there. Perfect. Okay, now we'll go back to template. Okay, let's rename this to connection point head. Or is it the head? Let's see, what? I guess connection point head innards is probably better. Now I need the head innards, if I can grab it. There we go. And DV, perfect. Add that. Grab this again, and really I think I can use the same spot multiple times for the other ones. So I'm just going to do that. So we'll do over here, WDV, and WDV. D and V. Great. Okay, grab that, all of it really. and add selected objects, and add selected objects. Let's just do a final review really quick and make sure everything's set up properly. Middle mouse drag that up here. And let's get out a template. There we go. And here we are. So we've got our head innards connection point, our right arm, our left arm, that tail, chest plate, which is, let's make that one a little bit bigger. Then we have this one, which we need to make bigger as well. Then we have hip connection point, which really, they're almost the same exact thing. I could probably just use the same one. And we have the right knee, the left knee, right foot, and left foot. Now let's make sure our pivots are correct. Tail looks good. Left foot, right foot's good. Outer face looks good. Other face, face innards, chest plate, shin, shin, quad, quad, chest, right arm, left arm, and hip. Okay, looks good. Let's export this out. Okay, now let's drag them into the workshop area. So assembly model, frame on up, and just double check, and we've got all of our spots. So wonderful. And those are empty game objects. Great, they are just transforms. Okay, with that, we're going to end this video. In the next video, we're going to pick up and actually start the scripting part of this, where we're going to have to, scatter this model across the room. And then as you grab a part and bring it, it'll snap or something comparable to that. And then that's how you end up constructing the entire animatronic. Anyway, I'll see you next time. So long and good night.